speak to many amendments that I signed actually in desperation in attempts to improve this bill, because I didn't enter politics to strip vital support from those who need it. Yet this bill does exactly that. Now, we are the party that created the welfare state, so we know that the welfare state isn't a handout, and sadly the debate around this bill has had it characterised as such. It's a lifeline, and proposing to take that lifeline away from anyone who may need it is a betrayal of those we are elected to serve. Now, whilst I welcome the government's stepping back on some of the elements of this bill, I don't believe it goes far enough. As it stands, $2 billion is still set to be cut from hundreds of thousands of sick and disabled people who are already on low incomes, and that can't be right. And that's why I was pleased to support Amendment 2A in the name of my honourable friend, the member for Leeds East, to scrap the cut to universal credit health element entirely. We have to realise that disability rights organisations still do not support this at all. The impact assessments that do exist are inadequate or worrying, and thousands will still be pushed into poverty. And in truth, the announcement of the Timms review does little to quell my fears. This government-led review will take place after the bill takes effect. Co-produced or not, the government will be taking support away from disabled people and then consulting them on their views after the fact. And you know, the toxicity around this bill is already ensured that it's being criticised by those it's meant to support, and this is really not a good start. And whilst I'm pleased that the points element has been removed from the bill, I still share concerns held by many disability rights groups about what this bill will truly mean for disabled people. And that's why I signed my name to amendments that will go some way towards making this bill somewhat more humane, like Amendment 38 in the name of my honourable friend, the member for York Central, to protect those with fluctuating conditions, and new clause 8 in the name of the member for Hayes and Harlington, and new clause 11 in the name of the member for Penistone and Stockbridge, to fix concerns around the Timms review, ensuring primary legislation, mandating its implementation, and co-producing with disabled people. And other amendments I support include those that protect carers and ensure due regard is given to the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. And we would be wrong to ignore the UN's warning that this bill will worsen the rights of disabled people. We have to remember that PIP allows many disabled people to actually access work. Cutting support does not incentivise work, it prevents it, and the claim that these reforms would have boosted employment simply doesn't hold up. And let's not forget that the bill was published 3 weeks ago, gutted at second reading, with a further week to rush it through Parliament. That is just no way to legislate on matters with such serious consequences. Now, we have a health crisis in our nation, especially around mental health, and the answer is not to take financial support away from those who need it. If we want to reduce the number of people off work due to physical or mental health, then we have to continue to address the issues in our healthcare system, get on with the plans that will allow people to access appointments and assessments that deal with their ailments worsening. This is not how welfare reform should be carried out, and even at this late stage, I urge the government to throw this bill out. Some might say that this is mad, but surely it can't be worse than what we've been doing this week. And we have to be frank about why this bill was put forward. It was primarily about saving money, but this bill balances the books on the backs of the sick and disabled. And I'm really tired of how we talk about the economy and growth in this House, like it's a household bill, cut this, cut that. No one seems to ask a good economist and find out that you're actually meant to invest for growth. And you know, people keep telling me that I'm young, which is patronising, and it's not even that true anymore. But I still cannot find anyone to give me an example of a time in history where cuts to public services or welfare have actually solved the issues of the day. It just happens again and again, and then these discussions need to end. So, you know, there are many other ways in which we can save money, and many members pointed it today, ending tax loopholes, a wealth tax, and, you know, I'm thinking about new clause 737, which I was pleased to add my name to in the name of the member for Stourbridge, about scrapping third-party PIP assessments. The US multinationals are making millions of pounds out of these while they humiliate people and or get it wrong. Now, we're told that all of this was about getting people into work, and I just cannot see how we can continue to hold on to this idea. And I reiterate again, it may seem bad to drop the bill at this late stage, but it cannot be worse than the debate that we have had over the past couple of weeks.